Jai Hind, ma'am.
Jai Hind. Sit down.
Thank you, ma'am.
Kashi, you can remove your shield.
Okay.
Right, Kashinath, what is the meaning of your name? Share me your journey from your home to this SSB center. And apart from this, tell me something about yourself. And your father, he's into police services and you aim to join Indian Air Force. So why you want to join Indian Air Force? And why there is a gap after your class 12th? I want to know the reason. And tell me one challenge or a difficult situation which you remember, which you have faced and how you have handled and what you have learned from that. Also tell me, what do you think, why you should be selected? And tell me, if given the opportunity, which aircraft you would like to fly and why? And tell me about the basics, or not basic, about concept of flying, and a situation. Situation is, what if you get to know in the end that you are not medically fit, then what you're going to do? And apart from this, why do you want to join Indian Air Force? And what are the major issues, the developments which has taken place when it comes to India-Pakistan relations, India-China relations, right? And what do you know about string of pearls strategy of China? Yes.
So I'm starting from the meaning of my name. So ma'am, there is a two meaning of my name. First thing, that where the Lord Shiva, the deity of Hindu religion, that resides there. This is the name of the place. Second thing is that it's itself the name of Lord Shiva. Okay. And now talking about that, what is the reason that I wanted to choose Indian Air Force, not my police? Although I respect the my father's profession and it's a good profession that I could go in, but some of my experiences that have inclined me toward Indian Air Force more, like wherever I live, that is Reserve Police Line, there the activities related to the armed forces also used to happen. And on the 26th of January, when the parade happens in Lucknow in front of Vidhan Sabha, so practice goes on in the Reserve Police Line. So first reason is this. Second reason is that once while I was in 8th class, there in Reserve Police Line itself, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi also came there with the aircraft from the Indian Air Force. There were 3 helicopters that landed there, and that has really incited my I thought that I could do well in Indian Air Force, and it was really very fascinating. And now talking about my journey from my home to this place, so it is from Lucknow to Ahmedabad. I came first, and then I traveled from Ahmedabad to Gandhinagar, and I took there a hotel. So I traveled from Sabarmati Express train from Lucknow to Ahmedabad, and then I came by bus from Ahmedabad to Gandhinagar, and then I came here. Now, ma'am, talking about that, what introduction about my introduction, ma'am. My name is Kashinath Yadav. I belong to Lucknow. Currently, I am pursuing BSc first semester, and my hobbies are to listening English music, learning about solid waste management, learning more vocabularies, and also reading books. My interest is watching cricket. I have 4 members in my family, including my parents and my brother, and that's all about myself. Now talking about other things like Indian Air Force. What are the current developments that are going on in Indian Air Force? So first of all, we are also moving toward one of the procurement that we are going to make in December itself, that is 21 MiG-29 and 12 Sukhoi 30 MKI aircrafts from Russia. And apart from that, we are also moving forward with the Rafale deal. We are also procuring Barak 8 missiles from Israel, and that are the deals that are going on. And why I want to join Indian Air Force? So I think that some of the qualities of mine that matches with the Indian Air Force. From childhood, I am a very disciplined person, and my teachers and my parents always appreciated this skill of mine. apart from that, ma'am, I also motivates my younger brother, like my one of my cousin in the village. He also wants to join defense forces, so I used to motivate him. And I have a huge friend circle, and whenever they need motivation, I motivate them. And they always come to me whenever they want anything in future, whenever they want to do. So I also help them in studies, as I am good in studies. Now, talking about that, what are the reasons that I didn't get selected in previous attempts? So first of all, in TES 42, when I went, so in that case, what happened that, ma'am, it was my first time. So I went there, although I prepared very to the best of my ability, but in some of the part I was unable to get into the group, and that was, I think that was the reason. And then I got only 10 days for NDA, around 10 days, and in that I did preparation, whatever my loopholes I filled that, and I went for NDA and I got screened in, and I reached till conference. But still at that time also, I think that some things that I missed in psychology, otherwise that was a very good experience of mine. And now talking about TES 43, in that case, because of the coronavirus pandemic also, ma'am, I was not able to interact with the group, although I have tried on the video call with my friends. But still I have tried my best in that case also. There was a huge group in that at that time in TES, and that's why, ma'am, I was unable to put my words forward, and the group discussion was ended very soon. So that was the reason. And in the fourth time, ma'am, what happened that I fell ill. I got badly ill because of the cough and cold, and due to which although I have tried hard, I worked on my OIR and discussion and all this, but still I was unable to make. And this time I think that surely I will make it.
Good.
And talking about what are the future development of the Indian Air Force, ma'am, means in previous year, in December month of 2019, our Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Bhadauria interview, he has told that we are procuring Prithvi Air Defense, 7 squadron of Prithvi Air Defense for our air defense purpose. Apart from that, we are also increasing the strength by involving Tejas Mark 1A and Mark 2 aircrafts, so that we can fulfill the fleet requirement till 2035. And now talking about, sorry ma'am, I'm not able to recall other questions.
So you have missed out a couple of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
I asked you which aircraft you would like to fly and why, if given the opportunity, and what do you know about the basics of flying?
Yes, ma'am. The aircraft, ma'am, I want to fly Rafale, the by Dassault Aviation, and I know some of its specification that enthralled me, like means it is a omni role aircraft. It means that it perform multiple function at the same time. And apart from that, it has very lethal missiles like Scalp, Meteor, Mica and Hammer, and other things, that it is based in Ambala Kant, which is number 17 Squadron Golden Arrows. So that always attracted me toward this aircraft, and it is a lightweight aircraft, ma'am. So these are the reasons that I got attracted toward this aircraft.
So how many Rafale we have in India?
Currently we have only eight Rafale, but it is under procurement. The further will come around by the end of next year. We will procure all.
So we have imported Rafale from which country?
Ma'am, we have imported from France.
From France.
Yes, ma'am.
And Sukhoi 30s from which country?
Ma'am, from Russia, but we are producing in India by under license.
Okay. So which is that particular firm involved?
Yes. Ma'am, the company that produces Russian Sukhoi jet in India is HAL, Hindustan Aeronautic Limited. And talking about, ma'am, the basics of flying of an aircraft is the Bernoulli's theorem, which is a part of 11th and 12th class curriculum. And there are 4 factors which is responsible for flying. First is lift, drag. Apart from that, ma'am, there is a ma'am, 2. I remember 2. I'm unable to recall, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Apart from this, I asked you, what do you think? Why you should be selected?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, as some of my qualities, ma'am. I think that it is very helpful for the organization for which I am going for, that is Indian Air Force. First thing is that I'm quite disciplined from my childhood, and second is that I have a good relationship, and I have a very huge friend circle.
Okay.
Means from ranging from juniors to the seniors. I even have elderly friends, like one of my uncle. And he used to teach me volleyball, and apart from that, my junior who always come to me to take motivation from me, as I'm also very focused person toward my goal and very determined. So I think that these are the things that are very helpful for, that will be helpful in Indian Air Force, ma'am.
Okay. Supposing you get to know that you're not fit to join the medical service, I mean the defense services, you're medically not fit, then what are you going to do?
Ma'am, I will again try to amend that to whatever problem I'll be having, and I will again come for the SSB.
My question to you is,
Yes, ma'am.
supposingly you get to know that you're not medically fit.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there are two kind of not getting fit, that is permanent and temporary. Ma'am, in temporary, I will again come to the SSB in that case, ma'am. And in permanent case, ma'am, I have the other backdrop plan also, that is UPSC Civil Services, ma'am.
Right. Okay. I would like to know what, according to you, are the two major issues which India is currently dealing with.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, two major issues. First is the pollution. Air pollution is at the highest level, ma'am, because around 7 to 8 cities of India comes under the top 15 list of most polluted city in all over the world. Like Ghaziabad, like Noida, New Delhi, even Lucknow is a part of that. That is my own city. So that first problem is this, ma'am. Second problem is that some of the external threats that we are facing, and that's why it is also bringing upheavals in our society, and that's the two reasons, like terrorism from the outer side and the recent clashes with China. So these are all bringing lots of changes in Indian demography and all the things.
Okay, do you think China is threat to India? And tell me about the string of pearls strategy of India and what India is doing to counter that string of pearls strategy.
Yes, ma'am. Now, talking about China, I feel that China is a threat because China has the policies like expansionist policy. The Mao Zedong, who was the earlier president after independence of China, he has a strategy of expansion of the China, and they have also encroached upon many area of the Mongolia, and they are not trying to come into the area of Bhutan, Nepal and India as well. So that I think that China is a threat. Now talking about a string of pearl, now it is the strategy of China to counter India, like they are giving debt to the countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar and Pakistan and other some island countries like Maldives. And what in turn they are doing, they are making them involving them into a debt trap, and then they are doing the deals like taking up the land of that of their country and docking their ships. Currently they are only doing the docking their merchant ships, but we cannot say anything in future what is going to happen. And through this way they are making a string of pearl around India to counter India through, because they would be knowing everything about India and Indian Ocean region.
Right.
So it will be very handy for them to attack India. So in that case India have to increase, means
So what India has come up with?
yes, ma'am. To counter this, now India is also giving loans to the countries like Sri Lanka. India is also catering loans to the Sri Lanka or the other countries to pay to the China and get them free.
Okay,
So,
what about the Quad group?
Ma'am, Quad group. Ma'am, Quad group has a four members like USA, Australia, India, and Japan, and they are also doing exercises like Malabar exercises. That is also very helpful in countering China's presence in that ocean. And first of all, China's all the trade happens through Malacca Strait, and that Malacca Strait is a very strategic point that India, if China wants to do anything threat India, then India can block that area of so that no merchant ship of China can go anywhere else, and that is going to hamper the economy. So these are the things that we can do toward China.
Okay. You have participated in a lot of group activities. I could see here your debate, your Olympiad. Supposing if you have to organize
Yes, ma'am.
a debate competition
Yes, ma'am.
in your college, so how you gonna organize and what all things you'll keep in mind? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, whenever I get this news from my teachers, then I will ask for the volunteers. I'll put it on the notice board. I will ask for the volunteers. After collecting the volunteers, ma'am, what I will do in a hall, wherever there is in a hall of the school, I will do the seating arrangements, proper seating arrangements, and the seating arrangement of the judges as well. And I will divide the team for particularly for the discipline management of that area. And on the particular day, and I will also on the particular day of debate, on that day I will bring refreshments with the help of my volunteers. And then I will make the proper seating arrangement, and after that, ma'am, debate can take place.
Okay. You have not answered me many questions, and
Yes, ma'am.
among them was what you did. You have missed out 1 year
Yes, ma'am.
after your class 12th. What exactly you did?
Ma'am, after class 12, ma'am, I took a gap. Means at that time, what happened with me is that I'm from the civil background, so I thought that to prepare for the defense, I need some time. And because I'm a very focused person also, so I thought to give a bird eye focus to my own preparation. So that's why I took a gap. I took a decision, and that's paid off till now. And I have gained a lot of knowledge. I have done a lot of things, like I started reading newspaper from past 1.5 years. I'm reading constantly. I'm reading newspaper. So some of the things that I have developed in that past year, and that is very useful for me.
Okay. Tell me in brief about the current status of Indian economy.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a decline, and also tell me in brief about what is the latest update when it comes to the farmers bill.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So talking about the current status about the Indian economy, ma'am. So in the first quarter of this year, 2021. So what happened in that, because of the coronavirus, our economy fell down to minus 23.9%, and which was the lowest in all other country of the world. And apart from that, in the second quarter, we have little bit come up with good percentage. Like it is still shrinking, like minus 10 point something it is now in the second quarter. But overall in this year, it will be good, around 1.9% it will increase. So it will not be contracting in this year. And the condition is quite good, and now we need to more focus upon the manufacturing sector and to export the things more to improve the condition of the Indian economy. And we are also thinking about the making deals with the foreign country. So
okay, now coming to the farmers bill. Yes.
ma'am, farmers bill. Yes, ma'am, there are 3 farmers bill that has been introduced by our government. And currently there are lots of protests going on by the Punjab and the Haryana farmers. Basically, the reason behind this, what I feel, and my research says, is that first thing is that because of the abrogation of the MSPs, Punjab and Haryana farmers are very, not I'll say affluent, but they are quite better and quite settled with their farming sector, and they are earning much good amount of, and they are very aware of also. So all over India, only 6% of the farmers are going for the MSP, and most of the farmers are from Punjab and Haryana. So that's why they are protesting, as they are thinking that MSP will be removed from the system. Second thing is that, ma'am, the contract farming. With the contract farming, lots of cases that came up in America and France, even these developed country also have the cases. In that cases, the farmer have to face a lot of losses because of the contract farming, and lot of legal system they have to go through. And we know the condition of the Indian farmers, that they are not having lots of knowledge. So what happened in this case is that if there will be any issue with the contract farming, then farmer have to go to the sub-divisional office instead of going to the court, and sub-divisional office now give that papers to the someone else, and it is going to take a lot of time, and the farmer have to invest a lot of money in that case also. So that's I think these are the reasons that the protest is going on. Now the government is also coming with the idea that they are going to hold some meetings with the farmer unions, and I think that is going to produce results.
Okay. Right, Kashi, with this we have come to the end of the interview,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
now I would like to debrief you on certain points.
Yes, ma'am.
The point one is that you should remember the sequence of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So there will be a rapid fire round. So you should go with the state of mind that you need to answer all the questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So even if you miss out the questions, you can recall and you can answer the questions, right? Second debrief, which I would like to tell you, while you were telling about your family, when you were telling about yourself, you told your name. The name is not required, it is
Yes, ma'am.
understood. You should start with the place you belong to and then you can continue. So you missed out a couple of questions,
Yes,
third. And apart from this, I can see the change. I can see that you have taken the debrief of the interview conducted earlier pretty seriously, and there is improvement. But you need to focus on the questions which are asked by the interviewing officer. You need to remember the questions,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And you need to answer the questions accordingly. Okay, so it has happened that I have asked some other question and you have replied, thinking some other question.
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to work on that, right? And yes, you have worked on your knowledge level, your general awareness level. So I would advise you to be consistent and to upgrade further.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? About the GK, you can work on your GK, work on the relations of India with Pakistan and China, and any important issue
Yes, ma'am.
which has, so you can work on that accordingly, right? And gather information and give your best, and I wish you all the best for your upcoming SSB.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
आप भी बन सकते हैं हिस्सा भारत के रक्षा क्षेत्र में हमारी ऐतिहासिक कामयाबी की दास्तां का। क्या आप भी बनना चाहते हैं अधिकारी भारतीय सेना में? अगर हाँ, आज ही ज्वाइन करें सेंचुरियन डिफेंस एकेडमी और ले इंडिविजुअल एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड गाइडेंस इंडिया के इलाइट एसएसबी पैनल से।